Hi everyone, it's Rachel from rwcrafts.com, and today I'm sharing a new technique that I'm calling controlled color bleeding. You can see this is the finished card of my control colored bleeding. I'm using this gorgeous snowflake stamp from the Unity November 2015 kit of the month. Now, to do this project, I highly recommend using the Misty tool. You can also use the Stamp-A-Majig, I think it's called. I never had much luck with that. I wasn't good at repositioning it exactly how I wanted it. So this was a great tool for me, especially with my Unity rubber stamps. So you see I lined up my piece of watercolor cardstock on the grid paper, and I also marked with pencil where the corners line up. So when I remove my paper, I'll be able to put it right back in the exact same spot. Now I'm going to ink up the snowflake stamp with 3 different distress ink colors. I'm using right now the Peacock Feathers, and this is Mermaid Lagoon. And you can see I'm just putting it on randomly. And now I'm going in with the new Wilted Violet color. And I'm just filling in any empty gaps. And then you close the lid, give it a good press, open it up, and don't remove your stamp. Leave your stamp right where it is on the Misty tool. So now what I'm doing, this is the controlled part, whereas maybe you've seen color bleeding where you just do one big mist of water and then it all blends together. I want this to be, like I said, more controlled. I still want it to be kind of blurry on the background, but not just a big puddle of color. So I'm going in with my water brush, or you can use a regular watercolor brush with water, and I'm just going over the outlines of the stamp. And since I use distress ink, it does react with water, so that's why I'm able to get this this reaction from the stamp. And I'm just finishing off all the little snowflakes. And then there's that gorgeous believe in cursive. It's such a nice hidden little sentiment in the stamp. So I was also sure to use colors that I knew would not create mud if they got mixed together. I'm not being careful to keep the colors separate. It's totally okay if they blend into one another because it just creates another pretty teal color. Now make sure your watercolor paper is completely dry before you move on to the next step. So now I pulled back out my Misty tool. I did not remove the stamp. And you can see I'm lining up my paper back on my little pencil marks that I made for the corners. I want to make sure it's in the exact same spot. I'm going to re-ink it with this soft granite from Hero Arts. It's just a nice light gray color. In my test, I did black, but I thought the black was a little too overpowering, so I wanted to go with a gray. And since it is watercolor paper, there's a lot of little grooves, so I do recommend doing it 2 times to make sure you get ink, your gray ink in all the places where you want it. And there you can see the outline from the ink, and there's the color that's bleeding out of it. I just think it's such a cool technique. It's really pretty. Here's the first finished card that I made. I added some stickles, some clear stickles over the snowflake to give it a shimmery, glittery touch. There you see that. And just mounted it on some cardstock, added a ribbon and a sentiment. I really hope that you try this technique. Let me know if you do. Thanks for watching. Bye.